Hello everyone, my name is Ian and I'm a City of London guide, and you are looking at a truly iconic London landmark. This is of course Tower Bridge, not London Bridge as many overseas tourists often mistakenly think. So Tower Bridge is a bascule bridge, which basically means that it opens up to let ships through, bascule being French for seesaw. The purpose for this was that when it was built in 1896, London was the biggest port in the world. The Port of London was by far the busiest port, supplying commerce throughout the British Empire. And there were warehouses further upstream, so they really needed a bridge in this place, but equally they needed ships to be able to get through to the wharves further upstream. So Sir Horace Jones, the architect, came up with the clever idea of designing a bridge which could open to let ships through. Horace Jones initially decided that it would be nice to clad the bridge in brick, and it would have been red brick. Now, he died before construction actually was completed, and the architect who took over decided that red brick would look a little bit gaudy and Portland stone would look a lot nicer. So George Stephenson, the new architect, clad it in Portland stone, and I think you will agree with me, it looks absolutely fantastic. If you look up towards the top of the bridge, you will see a gantry connecting the two towers. Now today that is part of the Tower Bridge Museum, and it has got a very interesting glass bottom floor which makes me sick whenever I walk across it. But if you're ever in London and fancy a white knuckle walk, you can try the glass floor. But when the bridge was first opened, this walkway was enabled to enable the dockers to get to and from work when the bridge was opening, when the bascules were opening below, which was often in those days when the bridge first opened, it would delay. No traffic could get across, no pedestrians could get across, and it was delaying people getting to their work. So it was decided that a walkway up above would be a good idea. Unfortunately, the walkway became a notorious suicide spot. Many people decided to end their lives by jumping off, and also it became equally notorious as a place where prostitutes would loiter. So in 1905 a decision was taken to close the walkway. But as I say, today it is perfectly safe and a really interesting museum. I want to tell you about one of my very favourite stories about Tower Bridge, and it sounds apocryphal, it sounds made up, but I assure you it is not. It happened in December 1952 when a London double-decker bus, a number 78 bus driven by Albert Gunton, was driving across the bridge from the north side, that's this side, over to the south side. Now, today, when there is a bridge lift, there are electronic barriers. They come down, they stop the traffic, they stop the pedestrians. In 1952, health and safety wasn't taken so seriously. Basically, what you had was a guy with a whistle and a chain on the north side and his counterpart on the south side. And when the bascules needed to open to let a ship through, they would blow to each other with their whistles, and they would drag the chain across the road to stop the traffic. The problem on the day in question was that the person on the north side wasn't paying attention, and he didn't stop the traffic. So Mr. Gunton's driving this London double-decker bus, and suddenly he realizes his horizon is changing, and with sheer horror he realizes that the bascules are lifting and that his bus is on one of the bascules that is lifting. Now, doing nothing is not an option because the bus will simply be tipped off and everyone would have been killed. So very bravely, very quick thinker, Mr. Gunton decided to put his foot down on the accelerator, and the bus jumped from one bascule onto the other. When it landed on the south bascule, it bottomed out the suspension, but he made it, and everyone was okay. What's most incredible of all is if something like that happened today, you can imagine what would happen. There would be a class action lawsuit against the bridge authorities. People would be suing for psychological trauma. This was 1952. Simpler times. No one did that. In fact, no one even got off the bus, and the bus just continued to the end of its route as if nothing had happened. And Mr. Gunton, for his bravery, received the princely sum of 10 English pounds for his bravery. Oh, what a difference 60 years can make, eh? Thank you for your attention. And now I would like to advise you to look at one of our other stops on the 20 and 20 YouTube channel. Thank you.